For the first time in history, a destroyer and a frigate are being commissioned together. When the Indian tricolor flies proudly over the ocean and sails straight into the dragon's lair, it sends shivers down the spines. The fact that India alone has achieved what the entire Europe, barring America, couldn't, has shaken the world. This is the incredible story of a new India. An India that extends friendship with full strength, yet meets every threat head-on, without blinking. It's the story of the bond between India and the Philippines, a partnership that has rattled nerves from Beijing to Washington. What we are about to share in this video will make you feel deeply proud. We'll talk about the secret defense deals, the deadly Indian weapons, and the daring naval operations carried out near China that prove who the true master of the seas is. We looked the West in the eye and made a point. It began with India's BrahMos missile, and now with the Indian Navy's open and powerful support, the Indian weapons are about to redraw the map of the South China Sea. The President of the Philippines recently visited India and quietly signed a set of confidential agreements. After these deals, experts say that not only will China struggle to challenge the Philippines at sea, but no other nation will dare to do either. This whole chain of events actually begins in London. The Philippine ambassador to Britain, Teodoro Lacson Jr., who also once served as his country's foreign minister, posted a tweet that hit like a political atom bomb. In it, he wrote plainly, "The Indian Navy is the only navy in the world that can go anywhere it wants." But the real shock came in the very next line, where he described the navies of America and Europe as castrati. For those unfamiliar, castrati were singers with great vocal range, but lacking a man's courage. In one stroke, he held up an unflattering mirror to the military might of the entire Western world. Our Navy joined hands with the Philippine Navy for a joint drill in the West Philippine Sea, the very waters China treats as its own backyard. As our warships INS Delhi, INS Shakti, and the formidable INS Kiltan moved through those waters, two Chinese vessels could do nothing but watch from a distance. They didn't even dare come closer or utter a word. This was the fear inspired by a new India, an unmistakable declaration that these waters belong to no one's father. For the Philippines, India's move was like a life-saving remedy. For years, China had been intimidating them, harassing their fishermen and issuing threats. The US and Europe delivered speeches, but India took action. India showed that it doesn't just talk, it stands shoulder to shoulder with its friends on the front lines. And the story doesn't end here, because BrahMos is only the beginning. Now, the Philippines has its eyes on India's Akash air defense system, a shield capable of turning enemy fighter jets and drones into nothing but smoke in the sky. The $200 million deal is expected to be sealed by the end of 2025. That combination of BrahMos and Akash alone is enough to send shockwaves through China. India has evolved from being merely a weapon supplier to becoming a strategic partner that helps its allies achieve self-reliance. In fact, India's SMPP Limited and Philippines ADFEC company have already formed a joint venture to manufacture bulletproof jackets, helmets, and other protective gear right in the Philippines. On 5th August 2025, Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. visited India and signed not one, not two, but 13 agreements with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The crown jewel among them was the Strategic Partnership Agreement. A strategic partnership means India and the Philippines are no longer just allies. They are brothers in arms. The enemy of one becomes the enemy of the other. The security of one becomes the shared responsibility of both. That single agreement reshaped the entire power balance in the South China Sea. Both nations' militaries will now train together, share classified intelligence, and, when needed, operate side by side in the field. India and the Philippines now stand united. India is even helping the Philippines build its own sovereign data cloud to ensure their national data remains secure. For criminals in both countries, the game is over. The days of committing a crime in one nation and hiding in the other are gone. Escape will be impossible. Furthermore, India has granted citizens of Philippines a one-year free e-tourist visa. This move shows that the bond is not just between the governments, it's between the people too. And friends, the climax of this story is yet to come. After the BrahMos deal, the Akash air defense system, and the strategic partnership, something is now on the horizon that China never even imagined. The Philippines, until now without a single submarine, is preparing to acquire a Scorpion-class submarine from India, amongst the most stealthy and lethal in the world. In India, they are known as the Kalvari class. Their greatest strength lies in their stealth technology. These submarines move silently beneath the waves like hunters, making them almost impossible for the enemy to detect. They can slip into hostile waters, strike ships with torpedoes and anti-ship missiles, and vanish without a trace. If this deal is sealed, just imagine the shift in power in the South China Sea. A silent killer will soon lurk in the depths of the sea, capable of sending any Chinese vessel to the ocean floor in the blink of an eye. This is not just another arms deal. It's a game changer that will tilt the balance of power in favor of India and its allies. It stands as one of the biggest triumphs of India's Atmanirbhar Bharat, or self-reliant India mission. This India-Philippines partnership is not merely about weapon sales or military drills. It is a bond of unbreakable trust. Together, these two nations have drawn a bold new line on the geopolitical map, standing like a mountain against China's high-handedness and the double standards of the West. The words of the Philippine ambassador that only India possesses real strength now echo across the globe. India has once again shown it is a responsible global power, one that never abandons its friends in times of need. So, what do you think? Will this alliance between India and the Philippines be enough to rein in China? And what might be China's next move? Please share your thoughts in the comments, as your voice matters. Jai Hind!